Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all our friends. This is Sam Dosa, business coach and a mentor, and live from Kindle Your True Power with my co-host Ritu Sharma. She's an woman empowering coach, and she's hosting this segment with me. And she will going to talk about our fantastic and very flamboyant guest.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Very excited today to have Agnes Khan with us. And words fall short when you want to talk about her. There's lots I've heard about her. There's lots I've read about her. I am as excited as anybody would be to find out what are we going to learn tonight. Agnes Khan is a translator. She's translated books called Philosophy of Life and Philosophy of Love. She's involved in charity work. She's the founder of Flavours of Health, and she does international work as well. And I think Agnes would be the best person to tell us exactly what she does and how she does it. So please welcome Agnes Khan. Hello, Agnes.
Hello Ritu, hello Sam. Thank you very much for having me, and welcome to all who is watching. Very nice to be here.
You're welcome. So tell us, we're as excited, believe me, we're as excited.
Yes, so a few words about myself. Ritu, thank you very much for your introduction. Absolutely agree with what you said. Recently, maybe I'll not go on everything, but recently I'm dealing with 5 Flavors of Health project, which is the latest project based on the books that I have translated a few years ago, and that is Philosophy of Health, Philosophy of Life. My vision is to empower people and to inspire them and then we are giving a solution also to prevent many 21st century health problems such as allergies, asthma, obesity, depression, with the way we are treating. So we can talk about this project for hours, but everybody's welcome to see 5flavorsofhealth.com website or the Facebook group. So this is a holistic approach to life, but also as you have invited me to discuss about decision making, that is a very important subject. That is also something that I do professionally. I do work with corporations and individuals on effective decision making, in fact. Is a key to anything you want in your life, basically, and very important. And I've started to talk about this now. We have created a Supporting Lives Trust in Pakistan. And at the moment, yes, we are working with wonderful people to support the poorest people of that region. I believe that we will be working beyond Pakistan as well one day. But yes, this is also something that I am involved very much. Yes, and obviously property business, which is something on the side that I've been doing for 17 years here. That's something. That's part of decision making. When you make a decision, whatever you want, it can happen.
I'm sure it is. Decision making is something that kind of it's an ongoing thing. As you grow older, as you grow up, as you flow in life, as you choosing profession, choosing life partner, whatever you're trying to do, there are so many different stages when you are making decision. And as far as I understand, decision making is one of the hardest things to do, sometimes more than the others.
Yeah, I mean, it is harder to do when you don't know what you want. You see, that's because if you really know what you want, decision making is a very simple step. You are just deciding it. You see, but we are confused because we are bombarded with lots of solutions from outside, lots of suggestions from friends, family members, and taking decisions which is about you and your life It's not easy at this. You need to make a really effective decision. You need to know who you are and what you really want for yourself. Taking into consideration, of course, the circumstances, your partner, your spouse, your family, and so on. But it's about you. When you're making decisions, it's about you. It's not about them at that very point. And I tell you, I have realized that when I was 17 years old. And since then, I have learned, I can share with you this example, this a short story I can share with you, because some of you may relate to this, how I have understood that it's about me and not being selfish. It's not about being selfish. It's about being efficient, in fact. You know, I'm originally from Poland, and my dream as a 16-year-old girl was to go to France. And I'm from middle-class family. My parents could never afford, to buy me a course or to send me for holidays to France to pay this much money. So I found out that there is a competition in my town, which takes place once a year, and 3 people who will win the competition will go for 3 months free of charge to France. And I, as a 16-year-old girl, I have made the decision that I will take part in this competition next May. This is May when I'm making this decision, 16-year-old girl, and I decided that I will go for this competition and I will win it. Now, I did not tell anyone about this. I decided that 1 hour every day, at least 1 hour, whether there was Christmas, Easter, my birthday, holiday time, whatever, I will spend 1 hour learning this language. And it wasn't, this was a long time ago, because, I'm not that young. There was a long time ago, and there was no Skype, there was no internet, nothing of that. I had to travel 2 hours to get some newspaper to read in French from my town to the capital. I had to really make lots of efforts. Okay, but I would do that. And the next year came, and I did it for 360 days. I mean, I did not miss a single day. Passed, and the competition day came, and and I was so excited, and I said to them, I'm going for the competition today, and they said to me, listen, don't go, you will be disappointed, you're not going to win, let's go somewhere else, let's go to the grandma house, let's go.
That's normal.
You are competing with people who are studying privately, you're not learning the language in the school, not private, nothing, you're going to be disappointed. I was furious. I went for this competition, and I saw there was like 100 of the students there, and they were from all over the different towns, because this was the district one. And I won this competition. I was one of the people who won. I won this competition. I ran home, and my parents were not excited. I said, what happened? I won it. And they said, listen, but you don't have a passport. You don't have a visa. You don't have a visa. Okay, we have organized the visa, and I went to France. But my lessons about decision making here were 2 very, very important lessons. And from those lessons, I'm holding in my heart and in my mind until today. And that is a base foundation for everything I have done since. Yeah. If my parents who gave me birth, who live with me for 24/7, who knows everything, I thought they know everything about me. Yes. They don't believe that I can have what I want. And they don't believe that I can accomplish it, that I am able to do it. If they don't know, so I said, then nobody on earth will believe it.
You're right,
No professor, no teacher, no boss at work, nobody on earth will know what I really want and what is my passion about. Only me. This is one lesson. Number 2 lesson was that if I really want something, I need to pay the price for it. I need to pay the price. And the price was being consistent in my work.
Yeah.
Every day. And obviously I did the visualization without knowing it, imagining myself being in France every single day. I was doing that. So since then, I said, every crazy decision in my life, or every silly decision, or every decision about buying properties, opening the businesses, traveling abroad, and so on, whatever I was listening to myself, and I have since then realized that if I know me, and if you know you, if you know what makes you happy, what makes you flow, what makes you, then making decision is not hard. That's the only job we need to know, we need to do, is actually find out about us.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Every single word is so valuable, whatever you've just said, Agnes, and I agree with all of that. And it's beautiful how you've explained it. But I'm going to digress a bit. Sam, I'm sorry about this. I'm just going to digress a bit, and I'm going to ask you, because being women, we know that expectations from us are quite different to our male counterparts, and culturally we are so badly wound up with stuff, and we so pinned down in a way that we hardly listen to ourselves. As you said, there's so many voices outside saying this is wrong, this is not right, you don't fit in, you're not doing the right thing, this is not how women should act, etc., etc. So what would you tell women to, as you said, I do understand what you're saying, that you have to listen to yourself to make the decision that is right for you. And if you do the right thing first for yourself, it's only then you can do the right thing for other people outside yourself. But being women, we know that it's much harder. What would you say about that?
Yes, I'm a mom of 2 boys. You see, I'm a mom of 2 boys. One is 14, one is 8. I'm a wife. And every decision that is made, every decision is considered in the circumstances that you are. If somebody is with a partner who is not supporting you, for example, in your visions, in your decisions, there must be, because this is mainly a problem, because for women, for example, if you have a dream, if we have a dream, or if we have a wish of accomplishing, become, I don't know, a business owner, have your own business, but then the other half, or your parents or your partner or whoever, is not supporting you, then you are in trouble. You are in trouble with yourself. This is what you are questioning me now, yes? Yes. Then what do we do? What do we do then? So now my question is, why they don't have a trust in us? Why they don't have enough confidence in us that the decision that we make will be the right decision? Because you see, if I'm being confident in myself and I'm doing well, so then they are watching and they are gaining that confidence from me. But now, if I am not confident in me, I cannot give them confidence or anything else, because I'm not powerful then. I am powerless because I am giving my power to them. Now, I know this is culturally very important aspect. It will take probably some time, but what I suggest, it wasn't easy with me. It wasn't easy for me to buy, for example, first property when I was earning 18,000 and I decided to buy property. I made a decision of buying first property in the UK when my yearly wage was 18,000 a year, and I bought 1.5 years later £250,000 property. Yeah. A crazy decision. Everybody will say it's impossible. Okay, I'll give you a tip. Don't be that crazy like I was, okay? Because I knew that from when I was 16 that I can do it. From I was 17, I knew that I can do it. I knew I had this belief in me and the universe supporting us. But start doing smaller things without announcing it to the world. I mean to the world means to the people who are not supporting. Start doing smaller things on your own and then showing them the results, the success results that you have, okay? Then they will start gaining a little bit of trust in you, a little bit of confidence in you, because they will see, oh, she's done that, and oh, she's done it very well. Okay, so then the next time, I don't know, create a bridge. You know better how to do it with your people. I have done this with my parents, who my father nearly had a heart attack when I told him that I was 26 and I decided to buy properties worth £250,000. And for them, the amount was beyond imagination. And then the next year, I decided to buy 10 properties in one go in Poland, when they had only one house for the whole entire life. And I decided after 27 to buy 10 properties in one go.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So, and they become expert. Why I will bankrupt. They've read all the newspapers. They spoke to people how I will go to jail, probably how I will bankrupt, how nobody ever will give me any mortgage. Everything else, probably I will die as well because I will get so sick and everything from stress and all of that. Okay, you need to do your work. Of course, you need to do your work. You need to get a right type of people around you who will support you in your ideas, in your vision. That's why you two, Sam and Rita, you're doing a great job, because you are showing people, showing us, me or many other people who are doing things, actually not talking, but we are the doers. Ordinary people, but we are the doers. And if you who is listening and having less confidence in you, you know what? I suggest you to surround yourself with people who will support your courage, who will uplift you. Because with that, this is what I have done. I have supported myself with different kind of experts, and it was easier for me to make a decision, because I knew that my father has never been an expert in properties. My mother never been an expert in properties. And how they can tell me that I would be a bankrupt and then whole story. But I suggest surround yourself with people who will encourage you, and maybe make a smaller decision first to encourage and show yourself what you want. But I will add something else here. Mm-hmm. It's not only the cultural things that women maybe don't want to make a decision. Sometimes really they don't know what they want, because they never spend time thinking what makes them happy, what makes them them. They are busy with their kids, they're busy with their work, they're busy with everything else, and the day are passing, and they've never made a goal of doing something, different. Do you agree?
In this, I do, and in this little section that you've just spoken about, Agnes, I think you've said so many valuable things that we can pick a lot of, golden nuggets from every single thing that you've said. And as far as our Kindle Your True Power thing is concerned, it's the whole idea of putting it together and bringing individuals like yourselves who have achieved, who've worked hard, who have achieved and made a success story out of their lives. It's lovely, I think, to come out, speak about it, and let everybody else hear your story. And
it's possible for anybody. Seriously,
yeah.
And why people don't believe that they can do different things. You know why they don't believe? Because they don't understand the law. They don't understand how it works. Because if you create an idea or something that you want in your life, something that you want in your life, and you find your people, you're in the house, or friends or family members, they are not supporting you, your vision is collapsing. I mean, you stop believing in that. But I tell you, now I have everybody who knows me and my family members, especially my father or they will say, if I say I'm going to do this, and they will only ask me when. They're never saying now, impossible, idea. They're only asking me when this will be. When.
Yeah.
Now, you know why is this? Because I believe in this law of universe, the support that we gain, the vision, the picture that I create for what I want, and then I will do this in 3 steps. Okay, how we make it. create a vision in your mind for what you want, and then take a piece of paper and start writing it. Make a fact, because when you start writing, you're making a fact. Then think about this. Think about this. By law, you will your thoughts, your good thoughts, not that thought that you are the problems that they're going to happen on the way, but the thoughts of accomplishing it, the good ones. I want only to be thinking about the good ones. Obstacles don't exist. I say obstacles don't exist. They will become the good thoughts, the positive thoughts. They will become point of your attraction. You will start seeing people. The people will start seeing you. You will start attracting the circumstances around you that it will be supporting your vision. Your vision. This is like a magic for people who don't understand the laws of the attraction law of universe, but that's how it works. And I know it works because it works for me and it works for so many people that I know.
I agree. I completely. There's one thing. Sorry, Sam, I'm doing all the talking. You want to talk a bit, and then I'll come back. I've got a few.
For my question as well. So you complete that segment is okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just one thing, Agnes, I want to go back to because it's kind of clicking in my head what you said. That
we should ask our friends to share this video. Whoever is watching, please share it with your friends. There might be people who will want to benefit from it, and
I'm sure people would benefit from it because we all make decisions, and each time of our life, we obviously at a phase where we're doing something about something, and we need to take that next steps to get to the next level. One thing that got stuck in my head, and I want to clarify that with you. You know, when you said that if you're not sure, if you're not done anything big, maybe take smaller steps first, make smaller decisions first, and thereon, when people start believing you, they'll start supporting you. I have a bit of a disagreement on that because I think even if people do not agree with your vision or they don't validate it for you, and they don't believe in your dreams, if you believe in yourself, you might fail a few times, but I believe that you would still achieve it if you keep going.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree 100% with you now, and thank you for clarifying, because the people may misunderstand. I just said, I mean, nobody will stop me from any decision that I will make. I mean, we will make sure that everybody else is more or less happy. But I was referring this to maybe some people who have really a tough time in their families, and to build. But the main aspect is to surround yourself with the right type of people. So even if the house you don't have it, you try to find friends or mentors who will support you with that. I said about these smaller steps, just to maybe mitigate the disagreement.
To not rock the boat too hard if that is the case in family life. You have to walk hand in hand. You can't just dump family for your vision. Sometimes
you need to compromise. There is sometimes we need to compromise.
I agree what you said. Okay, Sam.
Okay, so quite interesting discussion going on over here, and I completely understand Agnes' point over here is that sometimes we have, I think you will agree, both of you, that when you have a vision which only you can understand and you believe in yourself, there is quite an interesting quote over here from Napoleon Hill saying, if your mind can conceive it, and if you believe it, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And go on.
So the belief is the belief system, as you say. If you started to believe in yourself, if you started to know yourself, then you will be able to deliver, or you will be able to achieve those positive in your life. And again, you said about connecting yourself with the right mind people, the people who will actually encourage you and not discourage you. And also one thing which I noticed, as I said, I've been running this now a platform for last 6 months, And in the beginning, it was hard, but as we go day in and day out, making a lot of mistakes, learning about XYZ things, and you pick up on things, and then people started to ask you, how did you use this? And how many people have asked me about using this platform now? So I'm becoming their go-to guy. So everybody says, oh, I'm going to be starting my own show. Can you tell me how to do it? So I say, okay, why not? I'll share my knowledge with you. It's about sharing the knowledge. It's about being available and
Absolutely.
authentic about your way of helping others, serving others, without having any expectation from people. But that's what you said. Decision making is quite a very broad subject.
Yes.
What you are bringing in over here is tip of the iceberg at the moment. Even there are culturally a lot of things are connected. But if you make your life simple, decision might be simple for you to make it.
Yeah, I mean, will be simple when you know what you want, and this is very what you said earlier about expectations. Absolutely, you see, the confidence is, you will become confident only when you have a confidence in you. You see, when you are, of course, it's much better if you have a people around you who are supportive. Then is great. But yeah, but if you don't worry about that, because you can build the confidence from within by knowing you more. And I have one thing also to say, that if you want something, you're making a decision about something, and you're really believing in it, that this is the right decision for you, expect this to happen. Don't wish or don't dream to happen. Expectation and not wish or dream. That's the when I'm telling anybody, okay, I'm deciding now to get this portfolio or do this, they will ask me now when. They'll not ask me, oh, why, and the way I say is, I am expecting this to happen. You see, I am not wishing for it.
Because
I am not dreaming about this.
Yeah, and you have proved to people that it works, and you've done it quite a few times to have that sort of confidence.
Okay, this law works. Look, I have created 5 flavors of health. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am being supported by professionals, but this is growing now bigger and bigger and bigger, and I know it's going to be huge, and I'm just expecting it. I'm not wishing for this to be big. I'm not dreaming this to be big. I am expecting this to be big. That's the big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Today I was listening to something, and it says, it's your mental capacity, how bigger you want to things to happen for you. The smaller the thing is, the smaller you will receive as well. You will ask for the universe to give you more, then you need to have a bigger, a ball in your hand, instead of having a small ball and say, oh, I need this much. And then the universe say, okay, I will give you this much in your ball. The more you ask for, the more you will receive. It's about how much you can actually take it. Whether
how much you are ready. You will only accomplish, you will only get for how much you are ready. So really the work is to get ready for what you want. To get ready for what you want. You're making a decision. Okay, I made my first decision when I was earning £18,000 to buy my first property. If you ask any accountant, impossible for any accountant to agree that any mortgage broker will give me, any bank will give me money or anything. Impossible. Okay, but I made this decision with the full faith and full belief that this will, and I was expecting this to happen. And it was just a matter of time that this happened.
Can I just add something? I've done a few things in the past, and when there always are going to be people who try and pull you down and ask you, oh, you can't do that. How are you going to make it? My counter question to them is, who can stop me? You can't do that, but who can stop me? It's only myself, as Agnes said just now. You've got to believe it is possible, it is happening. And once you tell yourself and put it out to the universe kind of brings your energies together and it materializes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, that what you need to do is you need to build your own confidence within. It's nice to have supportive people outside. It's nice to have positive words and encouragement and motivation and the rest of it. But what matters is what you actually believe while you're making a decision.
100% agree. 100% agree. You see, I'm not. It's about you, and I'm not being selfish here, but it's about you. You see.
Now, can we talk about being selfish at this, because this term comes up when you are evaluating your situation in any sort of decision making, be it professional, be it personal, and you're trying to do something away from the norm. You're trying to do something out of the box. People are so badly trying to push you into a square, even if you're star-shaped, and you're very unhappy where you are, but you want to change it. This word does pop up quite a bit. It's a very common term to be used for someone who believes in their own self and wants to achieve their own dreams. So how do you think personally, as when that person is trying to make that decision, what do they need to tell themselves? As you've just mentioned the word selfish yourself as well.
Okay, if they are being discouraged by others,
yes.
They are being discouraged or put in a box, and yes. They still want to do what they want. I mean, I've been through this many years, for maybe 10 years, as I came to this country, and I started doing my own stuff. I mean, you keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to these people who are not supporting. Don't share with them too much. They don't understand. They are on a different level of vibrations. They will never understand, even if you spend 100 years explaining them. They don't know what you're talking about because they've never been there. You see, they've never been there. They are somewhere here. You are somewhere here. And you can see their point of view. They cannot see yours. They cannot see yours. From my experience, I shared this with you, my experience. When people are not supportive, and even they are very close, I don't share too much. I don't waste my energy on the people. I wish them all the best. I help them the way I can. But I'm being very selfish because I want to accomplish. And look, I am a mother and I'm wife, and I'm being very selfish. Somebody say, whoa, hold on a second. Look, if I am happy and I'm fulfilling myself, and I am, successful in myself, becoming whoever I want to become, the way I look, the way I do, the way I earn money, the way everything. Mm-hmm. You know what? I am sharing this with my kids, not by explaining them, not by giving them books. They see it, and we are just a living example of the true power that is possible for us to use within ourselves to create our own reality by making the decisions on everyday basis. We are giving up on decisions so easily. The doctors, the priests, the people are making decisions on our behalf. We are letting them making decisions. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes we are paying for it a very high price. I think for those of you who are listening to this, you are here for a reason, and you are ready to take responsibility of your life into your hands by making your own decisions. No one else's decision but yours.
Super.
Very true. So in regards to now, you are working with corporates now on decision making.
We've been working with corporates, with corporates and with individuals, with smaller companies, as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So in regards to now, as you are, because those are the giants, or those are the small companies as well. They must be making a lot of decisions previously, but now looking for a completely new perspective, as you've been what I call it, a business coach, a business mentor, a person who can show them a completely different way of making decisions.
You see,
what do you think about that?
Okay, where is the value here for the corporations? For example, in my approach to decision making, because they are very good at decision making. If they were not, they would not be there.
Correct.
Okay, they are already very good at decision making. They're very good at spreadsheets. They're very good at Excel sheets. They're very good in analyzing and all of that. We are talking here about making the employees, making the directors, making the staff more effective, even more effective than they have ever been before. Why? By showing them how each one of them cannot be, does not have to be just a number in the corporation, but they can be, as a human being, evolving their best capacity, their own true capacity and potential, and giving it to the companies. They have forgotten many times, they have forgotten about their own skills, their own wishes and desires, but they've been programmed to do job from here to there, and that's it, what they've been doing. Now, when they have the approach about individuals having the approach of me contributing even more, because I have much more than I've done before, you know, they become so much more encouraged. They have so much more motivation to do things. They are more creative. They are happier to come. They are healthier, because you see they're transforming their approach to the work. They don't have to do this work. They know now that they can change, but they can also do this if they want to in a different way. So they are happy as well as efficient.
Correct.
See, from the perspective.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree with you. What I'm saying, what I have actually seen is as well that majority of corporation look at individual as number, as you said, but they do not want to see those individuals become ambassador for their company. Because if they look at that way, they are increasing the vibe, they're increasing the value of those individuals. So they will be raving friend of their company instead of they are looking for outsider to be rave about their company. I think the mindset has to be shifted a little bit. What you are planning, what you are actually showing them in regards to, it's just a tip of iceberg, what you call it about decision making is they can make a decision. That's why they're running this corporation. What they are not doing is the valuing their employees as an individual. Because if I remember working in a very large company, my team was the team who I was support to give them the support what they're looking for, understand their emotional intelligence. How many people in corporate understand the emotional intelligence of individual? Yeah,
absolutely. We are giving that human touch to the corporations. We are giving the human approach for the people to be happier in their lives, to be more efficient. Because if you are happy, you are more efficient. You are flowing. The results are so different. If when you are happy with when you are at the university, if you are listening, you are not working in a corporation. If you are in the university and you like a subject, you feel the subject is yours. Without studying, you are more efficient. You're getting higher scores. It's natural. So we're trying to show people that within the corporation, within the work that you do, you can find your own self. You can find your own self to be as happy you can be. And then you become more efficient, and that's visible. That's very quickly visible on the people and on the employees.
Absolutely. So
yes.
Any questions, Ritu, would you like to ask?
Yeah, I've got questions. Of course, I've got questions. Agnes, I was going to ask you this. When you're stuck somewhere, when you're in an undecisive position, when you're in a state of limbo, half and half, you can't make your decision then. And I'm sure everybody goes through phases where they experience this. I have. So where should somebody who's in a state of undecisiveness, where should they focus at that moment?
Okay, and this is, we are talking to individual, we are talking to a person who wants to make some decision, but it doesn't know whether should be taking A or B.
And while you tell us about this, I also want sometimes we do also get indecisive about what we want. I know we've discussed that we need to focus on how we feel about things and what we want from life, and what the individual making decision needs to focus on their own self. But sometimes you come across situations where you're not sure anymore about your own self as well. So if that's
okay, yeah, but this is very common. It happened to everybody. It happened to me. It happened to everybody. In any in any aspects of life, in the relationship, in business, in any social life, in anything. So you have a problem. You have to make a decision. You know you have to make a decision, but you've got a solution A or solution B, and now which one is better? Which one is better? And then you're having a sleepless night. The blonde is better or the brunette is better? The blonde is better or the brunette is better? And then if you don't decide for which one is better, you get the ginger one.
Yes.
So and then you say, oh God, I didn't want the ginger one, but then there will be okay, but you didn't know which one you wanted, the blonde one or the brunette one, so I gave you the ginger one, because you didn't know. So there are many ways of dealing with it, but obviously they should be from the kind of not very deep approach to start off. You will have some meritorical aspects of analyzing. For example, you're making a decision whether you want to buy a property. You want to buy the property. You want to buy the property now, or you want to buy a property in the 6th month. You want to buy property now or in 6 months, because there is a recession, there's going to be a Brexit, because you've got all this going on in your head and you're just so confused. So now I suggest in these circumstances, and this can be in any example given, I take a piece of paper. This is how I do. I used to do this, and I keep on doing sometimes when I'm stuck. I'll take a piece of paper, and I will put a line halfway.
Okay.
And I will now, from my logical mind, conscious mind, I will make this pros and cons. I will make what works. Okay, I'll make a decision. Okay, first is I'm buying a property. Okay, I'm buying the property now. Okay. Now, yes, no. Now, for buying property now, you're analyzing all yes. Why yes? Then you're writing all no. This title is buying property. Now, why not? Okay, why yes? Why not? Why yes? You're doing it. This is one thing. Then you can do the same way. Why I am not buying property now, I'm buying in 6 months. I'm buying property in 6 months.
Okay.
And yes and no. This is a kind of, as you will be writing it, you have to be writing this. The ideas could be coming different reasons why, for why yes or for why no. Today you could be writing different reasons. And in 3 days, you could write different reasons, because if you will put this idea that you want those answers, there will be more ideas coming, more answers will be coming to your head, to your mind, as you go along. So I suggest to do this for a couple of days, a few days, maybe 3-4 days, every day, to do this kind of analysis. Now, what you do, you could do this every day, or you could do this end of the 3rd day. And let's say after the 3 days of writing every day for yes and for no, because you could be adding things or deleting things from that list, you can just relax yourself. This is a kind of getting deeper into this, relaxing, and now feeling how it feels to have the property now.
Okay.
Try to feel how it feels to have the property now, but you need to be really in a very relaxed, like Sam was used to do some meditation. It was very good for some people. You need to be in a very relaxed state. So then you get the feelings, and the feelings are the 2 types of feelings. It's a good or bad. If you feel flow with it, then it's very good. If you feel some discomfort anywhere in your body, that means that's an indication. It's an indication. Now you ask yourself the same question. I am not buying the property now. I am not buying the property now. Okay, and feel the same. Okay, as you will be practicing, this is very unusual way of approaching it, but this is when you are connecting, this is to when you are connecting to a higher kind of source, higher kind of support. You see, this requires a little bit of training to be very efficient at that. But sometimes, I tell you, I remember I was to buy a company, one factory. I wanted to buy one factory, and I was to the last moment. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then I did it, and I listened to my gut feeling. This is like listening to your gut feeling. And I went for no. On the last day, I went for no answer. And after some time, I found out, in fact, that somebody was really dishonest. So the gut feeling told me that even though all the paperwork was done, it was very, very diligent. In fact, somebody was dishonest there. So I listened to the gut feeling, and I was very pleased with the outcome. So you see, there are many ways and techniques that I use on my workshops when I teach how you are making the decisions more efficiently. These are the two only two tools that you could be using, even though you will become more efficient when you practice it. If you want to make a decision today and you say, it didn't work, Agnes, it didn't work, you need to get to practice to listen to yourself. But first of all, you need to know what is the right thing for you.
Definitely.
Correct. So now tell us about your love for charity, because you do a lot of charity, not only locally, globally as well. So tell us about when you made the decision to start charity, because you are greatly involved in Pakistan, and also not only Pakistan, you must be involved somewhere else as well, doing a lot of charity work. So what makes you do charity?
You see, well, for the last 17 years, I think, when I went first time to Pakistan, and 18 years ago, in fact, I felt when I saw, this poverty, really, I was really shocked, because we go to European people go on holidays to the luxury places, to enjoy holidays. And then I went to that place, somewhere in the remote village, and since that time, I was in my heart, it was that we are here, very privileged people. Whoever lives in the developed world, we are really privileged, and we seriously don't appreciate what we have. And since then, I felt that it's my responsibility to contribute to the world. And I was saying this forever, that this is my responsibility. Now, I have been involved because of the, family, having babies, having, all this. And my son wasn't well for 3 years, how it was. I was only doing as much as I could. I was involved in different charities in Syria and Palestine, in Uganda, and in different places. We've been doing here from the UK in a bigger or smaller, in smaller measures. And recently, with very, very honorable person from Pakistan, we have, combined our vision to support people in Pakistan and hopefully beyond, to support the poorest people there. And we call ourselves Supporting Lives Trust. And I believe it's just the beginning of the project, really. We have created this vision 2 years ago. We are organizing the medical camps, but so far we have registered and we have helped and registered giving medication, checkups, operations, hospitalization. Altogether is around 10,000 people registered so far in the last 2 years. And so we are building a bigger vision for it. I'm planning to involve people from Western world, from Europe, so that we can make a difference in many of these people who have no idea how to help themselves. We can make a difference in their lives to help them, not only in health, but the health is number one, because you can't do anything if you're not healthy.
Correct.
You can't. So prevention. prevention as well as giving them support. But we are being supported by the wonderful charities, local charities, local and national charities in Pakistan as well, such as Medibank or PANA and other organizations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Right.
And I think it's human responsibility, Agnes. What you're doing, what you're talking about is absolutely beautiful, because when we get to a point where we have enough and we are in a position to share our energy and our resources, I think it becomes our responsibility as human beings to go out there and support the less fortunate. So hats off to what you're doing. It's beautiful work, and I think more people need to learn about this and have a feel of things and just accept it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what else? I mean, what for? Are we? My question is why we're doing all of that. We can be doing, but what? To just live this life very shortly for ourselves, being selfish, going on these holidays. I don't know if you're finding fun, but how many times you can be going, and there are so many people that you could be doing something for them, transforming their lives. In fact, transforming their lives. I think it's our responsibility here, living in this privileged world, having everything we need, even more than we need. Come on, let's share it. Let's give it to this one. We will have in abundance. Universe has so much for us. We've been giving our time. We've been giving our resources. We never have a lack of it. We have, in fact, more and more. Sam, you're giving, you're gaining even more. By giving, you're gaining so much more.
Absolutely. I can't complain.
And I cannot understand people. Sometimes I'm saying, some people that I know, they have abundance of money, but they have very, unfortunately, very small minds. Yes. And very materialistic mind. And I say to them, let's do something together. There are some people, there's some child needs an operation, maybe needs $10,000 or pounds for the operation. And they said, and I remember this lady telling me, and she's a millionaire in cash. And she doesn't have children, nothing. I mean, she's got nobody, and she's millionaire in cash. And I know her for many years. And I said to her, maybe you would like to contribute something. And she said to me, Agnes, if I wish I have, I would give them.
Oh my God. That's quite sad. Yeah, quite sad. Because even though, you are abundance with money and abundance with a lot of other things, you do not believe it, or you do not actually see things, because they have a blinkers, what you call it, blinkers. They have a tunnel vision. They only see what they are surrounded by, the lavish of things, and they can't see anything else. That there is a lot of good stories I can share with you, but right now we are looking at the time. I don't want to overgo with our time frame over here. But I would like to ask you one thing before we can conclude our fantastic discussion today. You've been very kind enough to share your experience, your expertise in this all. About your 5 flavors of health, which is quite a dynamic area. And I know you can talk about that whole day and whole night, but we need to pinpoint on a very specific area.
Okay. Yes, we are now working on very, very specific subject that we want to deliver to people. I'm creating at the moment an online course for how to get rid of hay fever forever. Hay fever. Mm-hmm. I have done this. My family members suffered from that for many years. Those books, this philosophy of health, philosophy of life, is on our website. You can get it. But I'm creating at the moment a course, how to get rid of hay fever, and then also another one on allergies, how to get rid of allergies. These are the two areas that I can call myself an expert on, because I've worked it out on the children, on adults, on family members, and for people from outside. So, and I know in 7 years, so how old are you now? Whatever your age is now, in 7 years, every second person will, there's a statistic, allergyorganization.org. They are saying, and I agree with that, every second person will have some kind of intolerance, allergy in the UK and in the EU, in fact. So one of us will have it. If we don't know how to prevent it, one of us will surely have it. So we know how to prevent it, and we know how to do it. And this philosophy is based on the seasonal and balanced food. Seasonal food is the key to this success.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Correct.
Yes, and I'm very actually. I want to say something because we are here 17th. On the 22nd, we are having a workshop. This workshop was booked, fully booked. 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks before the event is fully booked.
Excellent.
And the next one is in June. These are the workshop that we do one day, and then we invite a fitness coach. We invite also the yoga coach. So we do a holistic approach to our health, and we obviously have a celebrity chef who is cooking with us, and we eat that food. It's a wonderful experience, a wonderful experience, and I would love you to join one day. You be my guest.
Absolutely.
Why not?
So,
We'll have to look into that.
tell us, send me the link for your books as well for Amazon. If you are selling it on Amazon or you are selling it anywhere else, also please share with the link for your upcoming workshop, which is in June. And I would like to publish it to this our audience and those who have been watching us, because this segment has been shared now in about 30 groups. So I think we will have a very good reach out on this one, and also going to be uploaded onto our YouTube channel, Kindle Your True Power. So Agnes, thank you very much. And as we both, actually, me and Ritu, are very humbled that you took our invitation very seriously and committed yourself to join us today.
It's been amazing listening to every single bit of advice you've given. It's all wisdom, and it's all open, and it's all authentic, and it's beautiful what you've said. So thank you ever so much, Agnes, for taking time out.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you all who listened. And hopefully you can reach us on 5flavors.com or agneskhan.com. I will look forward to hearing more from any of question you might have. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Please send us your links and everything. So before I can. Please, before I conclude, me and Ritu are running a workshop on the 5th of May, 2018 in Birmingham called Determine Your True Self. It's all about exploring your true self, which involves emotional intelligence, identifying your values. There are a lot of other things which are going to be involved in that, which is mindfulness and a couple of other things. So please, I will share the link over here as well. So come along and join us on the 5th of May, 2018 in Birmingham. And it's going to be a fantastic day full of learning, I will say, or unlearning a lot of things as well. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead.
I'm just going to say that everything we've been talking about today with Agnes about decision making comes down to, if you boil it down, it condenses to knowing yourself better, knowing who you actually are, what you actually want to do in life, what your values are, what you enjoy doing, where your happiness lies. So that is the focus for our workshop on the day. We are going to let you tinker within rather than without, and the voice that is talking to you inside of you, telling you who you actually are, believing in yourself and building your life from there on.
And surrounding yourself with like-minded people. That's the extra bonus everybody will get from attending the workshop. Wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you very much once again, Agnes, for sharing the platform. It was a pleasure. And thank you very much everybody who has joined us today, and for your love, for your like, and for the comments. I have to say we have Cassia and Shakil join us live, and there were a couple of other people who have joined earlier, and I haven't got their name on our feed at the moment, but I will separately send them a thank you note as well. Thank you very much once again, and good evening, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon. Goodbye for now.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.